To finish our weavings into a monster, we're going to cut that needle off and make sure it gets returned to the correct spot. Then we have a little bit of tying to do. So you should have pieces that are next to each other every time you switched colors. You're going to crisscross them and turn them into a knot just like you tie your shoes. Instead of making the bows, I'm going to crisscross and turn them into a double knot. I can then trim those tails off. Not right by the knot, but close. So I have a tail where I started and a tail at the end. I am going to try to tie this onto the string I started with on my loom. So I wrap it around once and bring it through the loop. And I'm going to wrap it around again 2 times, making a knot at the beginning. That actually broke off, so I'm going to do that one more time. And I'm going to do the same thing on the blue part. I can kind of move this down to wrap it around and through the hole. And again, 2 times. Now I can trim those tails off as well, where I started and where I finished. You want to be super careful that you do not cut that whitish yellow string that you started with. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to take that tape off. I'm going to be careful so I try not to rip too much of the loom. Some of that cardboard might come off. We want to make it as nice as possible for the next person. Right. Now, my loom is going to come right off of here. But I need to tie this tail. So I'm carefully taking the top off. And these just loop right over the top. I'm kind of holding that beginning string. And then it will come off the bottom as well. So I have 2 loose strings. If I pull those, the whole thing will unravel. So I am going to tie this yellow string in a knot at both those beginning and ending spots. So of course Mrs. Cleary will be helping you with this step. After these ties, the next part is your creative part. You get to turn this into a monster. Alright, so I'm kind of stretching and pulling and making it nice and even. You are going to start by using double-sided sticky tape to tape that onto a black piece of paper. So bear with me, I'm not exactly ready, but I'll have some double-sided sticky tape, and then we're going to tape it onto that black paper, and you can kind of tuck all those loose strings behind it. Then you get to add pipe cleaners or googly eyes, or if you are somebody who wanted to braid, that's an option as well. So I'm going to add the googly eyes last. I'm going to start with pipe cleaners. So the pipe cleaners just kind of weave or poke in and out. And I am going to bend this. There's a wire in it. And I'm going to twist it around like I would close bread from the grocery store. This is an arm. And if you want to cut the pipe cleaners, that's an option as well. They cut pretty well with just regular scissors. So I bend that pipe cleaner into a hook and I twist. If you wanted to add some pieces for hair, you could do that. I'm going to actually cut this. I'm going to give my monster 2 pieces of hair. So I'm going to go in and bend it and give it a little twist. There's some crazy hair up there. If your monster is big and hanging off this black piece of paper, that's okay. If you were going to add legs, they might stick down off the paper. If you're going to use a braided piece, it can be as long as you would like. And again, it's just like the pipe cleaner. You can poke that braided piece in and out like legs. I'm liking those two yellow loops up there. It almost looks like frog eyes or something. So you can have as many as 3 googly eyes, and you can place them wherever you'd like. That kind of looks funny with them up there. I could maybe add a third one in the middle. With the googly eyes, all you want is a dot of glue at the back. And I'm gluing this last because it's going to take a little bit of time to dry. Finished projects will go on the counter to dry. And there's your weaving monster.